Morning, happy Thursday. Sorry, I did not get back on yesterday to give you updates, but there's some interesting stuff going on. Just an FYI, I'm leaving. I'm going out of town. I'm hitting that Health and Freedom Conference up in Grand Rapids this week. So if I can, I will post um, any anything I can. If I don't know if they'll allow video. Um, to who's there. So it's oh, where's it at? There we go. The Reawaken America tour. So this is where I will be, and hopefully you see all these wonderful. I mean, there's going to be a lot of um, big names. So you got Stand Up Michigan. Tammy Clark's going to be there. I think Tammy and Ron will be there, and I believe Melissa Carone is going to be there. She's listed here as this. These are the speakers for the day or for the weekend. You've got Scott McKay, you've got General Flynn, you've got Mike Lindell, you have oh God, the list. You've got Professor Clements, you've got Amanda Grace, you've got Mr. T's photographer, his official photographer, Lee, I can't remember his name. It escapes me right now. I apologize. So this is this is the flyer for it, and I got really lucky. I was able to get me some tickets early in advance, so I didn't wait on this one. I've been saving up cash for this, so it is what it is, folks. That's where I'll be, and if I can post, but I will not post to YouTube because it will get me shut down. So if I post anything, if I get anything, if I'm able to video anything from there, it'll be on my Rumble, which the link is in the about the channel page. So there be that. So oddly enough, this was yesterday. Prosecutor says Governor Whitmer's kidnap plot more than free speech, urges leniency for the guilty plea, which, you know what? We've heard that there was that 3-letter agency that was the instigator of all that stuff. Public interest, Whitmer signs bills clearing path for expungement of first-time drunk driving offenses. Must be all those drunk driving offenses and all those issues that these politicians, we've got one here in Jackson County, the commissioner, that has had multiple offenses. Then you've got Jewel Jones, who's made the news more times than he should because they're not for anything good that he's made the news for. And he was a young upcoming Democrat. I think he was a mayor representative. It was really sad. I was hoping to see big things out of him. Big things meaning good things. Then we have let's go to, I'm waiting for my cohort to come get me. So this is public and a letter from the editor. Readers shared lots of opinions about bugs. I'm presenting facts. I don't even want to. Then we have those reports. We've got Michigan resettlement groups say fall of Afghanistan will create decade-long refugee crisis. I don't even want to touch on that. That is just something I'm not big into politics. I don't know. I should have paid better attention in civics class. I say that to no end. I just know that there should have been a better way to get our troops out than what the administration has done. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So stop playing politics. Michigan Chambers of Commerce call on U.S. House to pass infrastructure bill. Yeah, that's not for us. That infrastructure bill, seriously, like I just got hit with storms again. I've lived in this house for 6 years plus, and the same wire keeps going down every big windstorm. Infrastructure bills. How many infrastructure bills have we had over the years? Why are we not like some European countries where everything is underground? This way, when these big winds hit, I don't have to lose power. But hey, there's no money in me losing power, is there? I just threw out a refrigerator full of food because I couldn't get to my generator in time and figure out that the plug to my house would get, okay, it was me, I wasn't prepared. However, I shouldn't have been without power for more than a day. I was without power for almost 5 days. Yeah, yeah, that's power, that's electricity and water. Some people are still without power. Some are still, they're still working on them. You see these crews still going through here. And we got lucky, consumers here in Jackson County. They had across Michigan, they had people from there. And at my yard alone, I had a Tennessee crew and I had a Pennsylvania crew. Okay. All righty, bedidey. So, infrastructure bill is just as bad as those relief bills. That money isn't going to where they say it's going. Look at it, look at it, look at it. And then this, you know how I feel about that. This bothers me extremely bad because they're trying to say in this piece right here, transforming learning spaces, program aims to improve early access to childhood education. Now, if you read the first paragraph where it talks about Black and brown children, give them better access. I'm sorry, but in the state of Michigan, it is easier to get child care assistance. There are more avenues to get child care assistance to put your child in a licensed daycare preschool than there is to get food stamps or any other kind of assistance. Let me tell you from experience, as I was a single mom for 10 years, and then I got remarried, and now I've got grandkids that I'm a guardian of. Let me tell you, it is easier to get assistance because you have DHHS and especially right now with the pandemic that they have going on. Yeah, we'll call it that. So they want kids in daycare. So don't tell me that this is another divide and conquer bullcrap article. And I want to call them out because it has nothing to do with the color of your skin, the access that you have. It's whether or not you get off your hands and do the work. Because you can research, you can get online and Google daycare assistance. And guess what happens? Guess what comes up? What is it? Child Care Network. I didn't qualify for daycare assistance when my kids were growing up because I was working. I was working full time, is what I was told. I was not under 21, pregnant, or a person of color. So they said they couldn't help me. So I got no assistance. So I Googled, I did a little Google search, and guess what? Child Care Network ended up helping me out. Now, when I got my grandkid, when I got guardianship of my grandkid, again, I was working, not under 21, so they would not help me. So I contacted Child Care Network again. So there are options if you want your kid, and I don't want to hear this. This is a bunch of malarkey, and that infuriated me so bad when I read that article yesterday. I was like shaking, twitching. Michigan House okays election security bills some call redundant. Well, we know what they want. They want you to provide a jab ID. They want you to show ID to get alcohol. They want you to show ID to buy cigarettes, but they don't think you should have to show ID to vote. And one of the most important things you'll do as an American. Yeah, okay, that's how I feel about that. So this dude, so another one about this whole thing back in January, another bodybuilder arrested for allegedly assaulting police at the Capitol. I'm over this. I'm like really over this. But I just want to point out, as I have in the past, I know if you wear a tin hat that you are aware of the false flags. And I do believe that what happened the other day in the other country was one of those. They want you to be concerned with it and pay attention. I mean, see it, acknowledge it, look at it, but don't take your eyes off of um, looking into the selection from last year. So when you that what happened at Mike's symposium, I don't know if you're aware, but if you go, you can go to Frank's speech. My power went out when I was watching I was getting ready to watch the symposium. I was so pissed. But you can go here, right here. There's the address. I'm afraid I'll put it in the link. I'll put the link in there, but he is it's going all day. You can go here and it'll tell you everything. And supposedly he's going to, because he allegedly Mike Lindell was attacked on, I believe it was day 2 of his symposium. Day 3, no, it was day 2 and day 3 I didn't get to watch because I lost power on Thursday. But I had updates through Telegram, another very, very good platform to stay up to date on things. And then, here they're talking about Michigan congressional delegation reacts to Taliban taking Afghanistan. Again, I'm not a political person, but the swift collapse of the Afghan government after America's longest war was a bitter pill to swallow for Republicans and Democrats who demanded more oversight and accountability for what was described as foreign policy crisis. Peter Joe stood by his decision on Monday press conference saying American troops should no longer fight and die in a war that Afghans can't fight for themselves. I am very torn about this because there's a lot more than meets the eye as what's going on in that country. But what blew my mind was the fact that they rolled over, the Afghan government rolled over so quickly. So that just kind of, I don't know. And then Whitmer wants to fund police. So what happened to defund the police? That's kind of funny. Hey, will you grab me a coconut water? I don't need smokes. I got a pack over there. But I do need, grab me like 2 coconut waters for the road. Sorry, guys. I got my old man that's freaking out, man. He's freaking out. You better be safe. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm too evil to die. So that's on the public interest front. Let's go here. And my phone is ringing. I'm ready, waiting on you. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Bye. Sorry, she has no idea. So Whitmer, okay, there's that. This was on the politics and elections on M Live. There's a resettlement urge Ottawa County health officials not to mandate masks in schools. There's a big thing going on right now in Stand Up Michigan. I'm telling you, I'll post their link, but you need to get involved. I mean, this is just this whole mandate. Who was it? Josh Barnett and Dave, and I can't remember Dave's last name, but he's really awesome. These guys like pick apart the law. They're really good. And they said a mandate is not a law. A mandate is just a strong suggestion. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was. I was watching, what is it? I'm going to go here and do Nino's Corner, ninoscorner.com. He has a great interview with Tito. Anyways, this I watch on Roku, and I'm just going to tell you, it cost me like what, $49 for the year. It's the best $50 I've spent because Nino is able to, on his own platform, on his own, on his own show, interview people candidly and not have to worry about, trigger words. I'm going to get banned. You know what I mean? So, FluffTube can censor all they want, But if you want to hear the deep nitty gritty, I suggest you invest $50. Go to Patreon, spend $5 a month and support. You can see Monkey Works on Patreon. You can see BCP on Patreon, and you can see Prime Minister. Prime Minister's awesome. They have like Zoom meetings that you can be part of. It's really, FluffTube is just really getting bad. So it is what it is. And that was that. Let me go up here because this is, if I'm not mistaken, here to the bug section. Letter from the editor. Readers shared lots of opinions about, and I'm presenting facts. Okay, whatever. Christian radio host who linked jabs to Mark of the Beast dies of COVID. Oh, yeah, whatever. If you wear a tin hat, you know what that means, right? Hundreds protest against mandate in Genesee County schools. Spectrum Health concerned as number of hospitalized increases. Jabs, masks, highly recommended as Bay County sees rise. If you go back, Garrett Soldano in some of his older videos posted a link where you can see the actual number of admissions to Michigan hospitals. I would suggest you do your research because I honestly do not think that's happened. Kentwood Public Schools requires all student, staff, visitors to diaper up indoors this fall. Deputy health officer picked for Jackson County. Oh, I missed this. Oh, Jackson has hired a deputy officer to assist the current interim director of its health department. Yeah, because we had an interim because the other one quit, remember? Kristen Pluta began her role as deputy health officer on Monday. She'll work on site at Jackson County Health Department, overseeing staff, working through budgets, and running day-to-day business under the oversight interim health director officer, Deborah Kubitsky. According to her LinkedIn page, Pluta has been a grant coordinator with Jackson County since 2017. She has a master's degree, blah, 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 her education. Prior to joining the county, Pluta worked for the United Way of Jackson County's Project Access. Yeah, that was a joke, is a joke, was a joke, continue being a joke. The issues we have in Jackson County when it comes to mental health are horrible. The access for people to get mental health help is horrible. The homelessness in Jackson County is horrible. But yet we want to change the seal. That's what Mayor Dobies in Jackson is worried about. Let's change the seal because the seal is racist. It's a picture of a horse. Jackson County was the home of the Republican Party. There's a sign right over there by the tracks going into Jackson, home of the Republican Party. Yeah, okay, whatever. But let's hold special meetings like they did the other night in Jackson County. Look up the city of Jackson. In the city of Jackson, they held a special meeting because they wanted to address gun violence. We just had lost power in Jackson County for 5 days. You want to spend money on gun violence? Why don't you take that money and spend it better ways? Again, let's look into the mayoral candidates because Mayor Dobies, is recommending, he is backing Daniel Mahoney. Mayor Dobies ain't done doo-doo squat for Jackson, the city of Jackson. He is just a hot mess. And if I don't trust him, why am I going to trust who he recommends? Yeah, I don't think so. Do your homework, folks. Do your homework. Look into all of them. I posted about that. Go to my Rumble page and you can see it all. So anyways, Project Access, a program that provided donated primary health care to enrolled patient. You know what? That made no absolute sense, what I just read. And I'm reading this YouTube. I'm reading this from MLive. We believe Kristen will be very successful in her role while she can emails obtained at the time. Emails obtained by MLive Jackson at the time of her departure show Travis had a tense relationship with the Jackson County Board of Commissioners. And we have, Duckham's part of the Board of Commissioners, which may have considered forcing Travis out if she hadn't resigned. Tensions between the nine, and this is just new because this was not, I did not have this, they did not post this when she resigned and when we were left without somebody. Tensions between the 9-member board and the health department grew as the COVID-19 pandemic began to grow and restrictions were imposed. The disagreement was publicly displayed during commission meetings. Travis submitted a single-sentence letter of resignation. Records show Kibitsky, whose background is in government and court administration, was then placed in the interim role. She had absolutely no background in doing what she's doing. Earlier this year, and with the help from Henry Ford, Allegiance Health, another dirty big pharma backer, dislike them. The county unsuccessfully searched for a new permanent health officer who meets the statutory requirements for the position, Kibitsky said. According to the Michigan Administrative Code, a health officer must have any of these qualifications: a master's degree in public health or a master's of science degree and 3 years of full public health administrative experience, a related graduate degree and 5 years of full-time public health administrative experience, a bachelor's degree and 8 years of full-time public health experience, 5 years of which have been in the administration of a broad range of public health programs. Yeah. Recruitment for health officers with the required credentials can be challenging for local governments, said Lynn Sutphin, Michigan Department of Health and Human Services spokeswoman. Acting positions allow for transition between fully appointed leadership, said Sutphin. Michigan allows governing bodies to appoint someone with no public health experience to fill a vacant health officer role for up to 6 months. I think it's been over 6 months. Hey, I don't know. Go back and look at my videos. I can't remember it all. The law also allows an acting health officer to arrange for consultation advice from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. A longer appointment can be renewed with approval from the state health director, according to Michigan law. Oh, that must have happened because God forbid we know they all follow the rules, right? They follow the rule, the letter of the law, the letter of the law. Counties categorized as having, oh God. Anyway, so that is very interesting. Let us decide on diapering our kids at school. Parents tell Genesee County commissioners will all need booster jabs. 3rd doses likely available. Kent County is now in the high. So everybody, because school is starting up, have you noticed? School is starting. It's the fall. So what is happening in Michigan? This is the fear mongering that they do. Oh, we got to raise them. We got to raise them. If we're going to impose mandates, we got to raise those numbers. I really suggest you look at the hospital data. Go to your local hospital. Go videotape it. Go look. Be boots on the ground, folks. Send me some video. Go to your local hospital. I mean, I'm here in Jackson County. I can only do so much because I work full time. But go to your local hospital and look in the emergency room and see what is actually there. You know, are they're saying that these floors are full and so on and so forth. So go be boots on the ground. Videotape. Send me your video clips of what you see in your area. Is it really happening, or is it just more fear mongering so that the Tyrannosaurus Rex can try to do some more damage because she's really got her hands tied? Oh, here's another good one. Now, this coming from all those people of love and unity. Doctor says he won't treat unvaccinated people. COVID is a miserable way to die. The Alabama doctor said in a letter to his patients, I cannot and will not force anyone to take the vaccine, but I also cannot continue to watch my patients suffer and die from an imminently preventable disease. This right here, he is not lying about, because there are, and we all know, we've seen, we've watched Simone Gold, we've heard Dr. Stella Emanuel. We saw the frontline doctors on the steps of the Capitol in DC. We know what's available. So this is a true statement. This is a very true statement right here. This right here that I highlighted. And then this is interesting. Receive the jab and enter to win free meat for a year. I wouldn't trust that meat if they gave it to me without doing that. Health Resource Picnic returns to Muskegon County with a free jab vaccination. Holland Public Schools requiring universal indoor diapering. Forest Hills Public Schools requiring unjabbed students, staff to mask up. Oh, I'm just telling you, I can't wait to see what this says. Diapers required indoor spaces at NASCAR firekeepers, casinos, and MIS. MIS, I'm just going to tell you because they're not far from where I live. They're like a, what, 5-10 minute drive? No, they're like 10-minute drive from my house. So they lost so much of their following because of their sheeple little shibble, with the garage door not to the flags that were banned. They have lost a lot of money out here because freedom is freedom, freedom to express yourself. If you don't have your opinion, you have nothing. Then what's the point? If you can't express your opinion, and this is my opinion only, if I can't express my opinion in public with other people, we are lost as a nation. We are lost as humanity. We are now communist America. We should be able to voice our opinions. We should be able to read a news article and say, this is what I think about it, because that's all I do. And I got banned on my other channel for it because I pointed out stuff. In my opinion, I was just pointing out things that looked kind of suspicious to me, that were suspicious. Jimmy Buffett is going to lose a lot of money for this one. To play one show in Michigan, and you have to have jab proof or have a negative test. That's the requirement to get in. So let's hit Detroit local news. Let me refresh. This is from yesterday. Bronco bust, faulty roofs delays a buzzkill for Ford SUV enthusiasts. Power outage in Michigan no longer than in most states. Here's why. Oh, that was a subscriber. I don't subscribe. I do for the MLive, but not Detroit news. For subscribers, Michigan Jobless Agency waited 6 months to tell aid recipients of an error. That's pretty crappy. Newly hired smart manager has history of federal tax delinquency, records show. The newly hired head of publicly funded bus service for Southeast Michigan has a personal history of federal tax delinquency, according to IRS service records reviewed by the Detroit News. Earlier this week, Dwight Farrell was a unanimous pick of the Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation Board of Directors to lead the system. Has an annual budget of about $200 million, employs about 800 people, and buses tens of thousands of riders daily. According to the IRS review, the news, a tax lien of more than $90,300 was placed on Farrell for 4 years worth of unpaid personal taxes. That's brilliant. Let's just get more corrupt in there. Yeah. Michigan Attorney General and reality television show star person have reached an agreement resolving a dispute over claims the woman made regarding the bug prevention. Because she has nothing better to do. Dana Nessel needs to get her head out of her arse. Attorney General Dana Nessel said Wednesday she and Stephanie Davison, featured on TLC's 90 Day Fiancé, had entered an assurance of voluntary compliance after Davison had touted a jab as potentially helping to prevent against the bug. As part of the agreement, and it's underlined, Davison must post a public retraction on her Instagram account for a month, warn customers of potential side effects of the jab, and pay $4,000 to the Department of the Attorney General to pay for the cost of investigating her case. I just read that, and as I read what I just read, it seems to me had entered an assurance of voluntary compliance after Davison touted the jab as potentially helping to prevent Isn't that what they're doing? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? I'm very confused. I'm going to leave that there and I'm not going to go any further because the last time I did, I got shut down. So, Tigers broadcaster Jack Moore suspended indefinitely. Well, we are in communist America, so you may not make fun of any other. And for subscribers, they go in deeper and say Henning, Jack Moore screwed up big time, but he must learn from it, but shouldn't be fired. Let's hang him by his toenails, communist America, whatever. Biden to require jabs for nursing home staff. That's under Nation and World. Troops will stay in Afghanistan to evacuate Americans. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Americans face Taliban airport chaos and scramble to evacuate. Caldoun says school diaper mandate would likely reduce spread of bug. I am just disgusted. I'm just disgusted. I really am. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. And this is on Mid-Michigan. Amputees ready to go over the edge in Flint. Former Michigan health director nominated to serve in federal health department. Isn't this the guy that got the payout for leaving and then because of an NDA couldn't talk about it, why he left, and when it went to court and he was put on the stand, he just danced around his reason. Oh. President Joe Biden nominated former Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Director Robert Gordon to a post in the federal health department. Biden will nominate Gordon to serve as Assistant Secretary for Financial Resources at the Department of Health and Human Services, according to a release from the White House. Gordon abruptly resigned as the Michigan Health Director in January, later revealing there were disagreements with Governor Gretchen Whitmer about reopening plans. Gordon was replaced by Elizabeth Hertel, the one that took that little vacay. Prior to his resignation, Gordon led Michigan's response to the pandemic. Yeah, I'll post that link. You click on that one and you can see what happened. That is, man, I wish I wasn't going out of town because I ain't got no time to be looking into that stibble. Town hall on what is CRT and is being taught in our schools. What is this? Education, not indoctrination. So Sinclair Broadcast Group joins 7 News for a Your Voice, Your Future town hall on what CRT, and it's being taught in our schools. Oh, so just in case you don't know, they're telling you what it is. Interesting. There's that guy that they said on M Live. Concerned parents protest Genesee County mandate on student diapering. IGNITE program holds graduation for first all-female graduating class. What the hell is that? Genesee County Sheriff's Department office held an Ignite program graduate on Wednesday. The graduation was the first class to be entirely female. Genesee County Illinois, which helps so IGNITE, which helps rehabilitate inmates and help them learn valuable skills back ION 2020. More than 100 inmates have went through the program so far, with many of them becoming employed upon release. Well, that's good. I think that's nice. They should. But it also should depend on, what your crime was. And I'm hoping that that was taken into consideration as well. Who? Africa make mockery of equity. What? Let's read. Rich countries' decision to roll out COVID-19 booster shots while so many people across Africa remain unvaccinated threaten the promise of a brighter tomorrow for the continent. The Africa director for the World Health Organization said, and I'm reading this from NBC 25 News, YouTube. So shove that in your pipe. The World Health Organization said Thursday, warning that as some richer countries hoard vaccines, they make mockery of the vaccine equity. Remember what I said about equality and equity. Matshidiso Moeti and other African health officials, including the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, had warned against booster shots in recent weeks, as less than 2% of the population of the continent of 1.3 billion people is fully vaccinated. Moeti noted that the latest resurgence in cases across Africa is leveling off and more vaccine doses are finally arriving on the continent. But Africa is encountering headwinds as rich countries like the United States decide to roll out booster shots. Huh. The situation in Africa remains very fragile as the more infectious Delta variant is now dominant in most of the continent's 54 countries, she said. More than 7.3 million cases, including more than 186,000 deaths, have been confirmed across the continent, and health systems are straining to provide medical oxygen and other care. Well, all right, guys, I'm not going to go any further with that one because that's going to get me boom. Marilyn Manson accused of blowing snot on a woman. This person is a sick individual as it was. I'm not one to judge, but my opinion of this person is just, I never liked Marilyn Manson. I didn't like the music. I just thought there was something wrong with that individual. That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. All righty, so let's head over to the Gateway Pundit and what do they got today? Oh, watch Utah teacher goes on threatening political rant against students who do not agree with far left ideology. Update, fired. Update, U.S. Embassy in Kabul sends security alert to Americans. U.S. government cannot ensure safe passage to Hamid Karzai International Airport. The unjabbed Quinnipiac University students will face weekly fines and lose access to Wi-Fi. Thanks to the President Joe Biden, the Taliban, I can't even say that without like throwing up in the back of my mouth. The Taliban now controls 11 former U.S. bases, approximately 174 Humvees, 10,000 high explosive rockets, and 6 light attack aircraft. But like I said, I'm not one in this political and the whole, but how they got our people out and how there was a better way to do it, and how it was done was not it. Newsom sells his NorCal, and I'm guessing that's North California home, for $5.9 million ahead of recall election. God. So that's it for today, guys. Like I said, this is going to be the last until probably Monday. If I can post anything from that conference I'm going to in Grand Rapids, I will, but it'll be on Rumble only. It will not be on YouTube. I'll post the link to my Rumble channel as well. Have a great rest of your week. Please remember, it's been hard here in Michigan. It really has been hard for everyone. And I don't care what your political stance is, it's hard for everyone. And when we get in positions like this, folks, it's really important that we remember to be kind to each other, and that we need to check on each other. We need to be our brother's brother. Okay? We need to check on each other. We need to make sure everyone's safe. Please be kind. You really don't know the burden someone is carrying until you show kindness and they open up. So please remember, be kind. Share the knowledge because knowledge is power. And as you can see, they're pushing that fear mongering and they want us scared and afraid and alone. We're not going to do it, are we, Michigan? We have stood up and we're going to keep standing up and we're going to stand together. So remember, united we stand, divided we fall. And they have pushed every form of division possible. And they're going to keep doing it because there is an ultimate goal. That being said, I love you all, but Jesus loves you more. Thank you for listening.
Peace out.
Have a great day. And I hope you didn't hear that. My old man is a goof. Have a great day. Bye.